Hello, this is Chris. Welcome to Growing Trends. Creating beautiful landscapes has been a passion of mine for almost 50 years. In this episode of Growing Trends, we will take a look at some landscape features, which I think you may enjoy. Spring is almost upon us, and the daffodils and tulips will soon be in flower. These bulbs and daffodils are actually in Holland. We used to plant daffodils beneath hostas, so after they flowered and died down, the hostas would come up and cover the daffodils. This meant you didn't need to dig them up each year. This lovely tree-lined avenue was created with a gravel drive and a double row of trees on either side. Loose gravel like this needs to be restrained at the edges, lightly raked monthly, and treated for weeds perhaps twice a year. If you are looking for enhanced security, a set of electronic gates with video key entry is a great starting point. Make sure that the pillars are able to hold the weight of the gates, or include a gate runner beneath each gate leaf. This natural engineering brick drive is laid in a 45-degree herringbone pattern on a prepared geotextile fabric, with 6 inches of compacted limestone subbase and 2 inches of screeded sharp sand, with the bricks laid and compacted with a plate vibrator fitted with a rubber mat. Kiln dried sharp sand is then brushed into the interstices. This is also a natural brick drive. It is laid in a 45-degree herringbone pattern. These bricks are softer than the engineering style, and due to the way they are fired can be slightly different in size. This means that setting out has to be carefully done so that the lines don't appear uneven. These bricks are more expensive but do give much softer appearance. Here, a wall has been constructed around the natural stone and brick terrace, with a natural stone radius cut stairs up to the lawn area. The lawn has a brick edge all the way around to reduce aftercare and make cutting the lawn much easier. The brick and steps have a slight overlap on the coping course to create a shadow line. In addition, the wall uses a dark raked out mortar. Here, the terrace and patio, along with the walls, are all natural stone, as are the small porphyry sets in the circular patio. The coping blocks are of a similar stone. There is a large quantity of stone used on this project. Natural stone is both expensive, harder to cut, and heavy, adding to the time it takes to compete. Here we have a series of treated timber pergolas. There is a bound Bredon gravel pathway beneath, surrounded by planting and a lawn area. Bredon gravel is great, except in the frost, when as the ground warms up the gravel becomes sticky. Here the stone is used as a lovely natural looking stream. There is a small wooden bridge further along the stream. Here a small rill runs through the patio area into the stream, filled with various sizes of smooth stones. The terracotta pots add to the ambience but need to be protected from frosts. Here we have a lovely Mediterranean garden, super low maintenance with all year interest, constructed of mixed granite sets and gravel. This garden has a large expanse of closely mown lawn with gentle level changes and wide borders, creating a charming landscape. The garden benefits from an automatic irrigation system. The summer house has a revolving base so that it can be angled towards the sun during the day. When cutting lawns like this, it is a good idea to change the direction of each subsequent cutting by 90 degrees. This plant lover's garden has many perennials in the borders. Roses adorn the gazebo, and the timber stepping stone path has scented herbs to give off an aroma as you walk over them. The lawn is laid above the path finish level to avoid the need of using a strimmer that might damage the herbs. The scents as you walk over this delightful path are quite intense. Here, the summer bedding is just establishing. Please subscribe to help us to continue growing. Our next episode will be a deeper look at a complete project from start to finish. You may email us if you have any questions or requests. And now for the next slide. This magnificent residence has a much more formal layout, with a triple brick gully around the sealed gravel driveway, which is almost a quarter of a mile long. The beauty of the sealed gravel is it looks natural but doesn't get sprayed everywhere when driven on. The grass mound was formed to create movement in this garden. There is a path around it, and the circular steps with the low walls with creasing tile and coping brick add to the overall interest. This brick and timber pergola is constructed of the same bricks as the main house to create continuity. Here we use red tarmac, a low ragstone wall with a brick coping and edging to the drive. There is a block wall behind the ragstone to add strength. Here we are testing the setup of an automatic irrigation system. The pathway is loose gravel with a concrete pin curb. The herbaceous border leads to a lynch gate with access to the main high street. Planting a hedge is a great way to obtain privacy. The raised cedar deck on the back of this cottage has a lovely view of this steeply sloping garden. We added 2 ponds and as much grass area as we possibly could to help alleviate flooding. This is an example of a simply superb brick step detail. This is actually a very small garden. We're using changes in angles of paving, brick edge and gravel for access around the garden. Here, a roof garden is constructed of fiberglass rocks. By joining them together, they created superb planters. Not for the faint-hearted, a napped flint wall with a step insert and natural stone coping. This driveway is constructed of natural brick and granite sets. And here, a beautiful living clock. And here, a small garden pond with a brick radius around leading to the main patio. Note how the bricks have been cut to create an even radius. Here, a south-facing French garden full of geraniums. And here, A client wanted a large border with all white bedding plants. Here, a large herbaceous border with a Timbula pergola with climbing roses and clematis. Just a reminder that wildlife is attracted to flowers. Radius paving creates a feeling of movement. A low maintenance garden. Radius brick steps with dark mortar. A partially hidden entrance to a home. A post and lattice fencing prior to on-site staining. A natural stone and brick terrace steps. A very small garden. That's it for this week. Please don't forget to subscribe. We look forward to seeing you again.